Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I am playing Jeskai Artifacts on the best of one standard ranked ladder, trying to get on up into Diamond. Now the reason I'm playing this deck today is because I want to find out just how good it still is. The last time I played it was about a month, 2 months ago, something like that, and of course it performed very well then. However, we do have an impending ban announcement coming up in November. Everybody of course is predicting Agathas and or Vivi, but maybe some other decks are going to be in Wizards crosshairs, and this could be one of those decks. I want to run it through some games, see how it feels, and well, see if it really deserves a ban. Now the deck is what you would expect. It's built around Simulacrum Synthesizer. We're going to make a whole bunch of artifact constructs, and that's the deal behind this deck. We got Removal and Pinnacle Starcage, Perilous Snare, Spring-Loaded Saw Blades. I'm sure you've been hit by them. The only unique thing in this deck that is a little bit different from the version I played before is the 4 copies of Authority of the Consuls. Slow down our aggro opponents quite a bit, and then we're also playing 1 copy of the Enigma Jewel. So yeah, let's run it through some games and just see how powerful the Simulacrum Synthesizer really is right now in Standard. All right, game number 1 against Dragon, of course. Dragon the Fervent. Jeskai Artifacts. Everybody knows this deck. Everybody's annoyed by this deck. You will see this card land on turn 3, and I'm sure you're not having a good time. But it is what it is. Does it deserve to get a ban? That's what I want to find out today. Next, I guess I should go through the normal spiel. We are almost at 1,100 subs. The channel is growing nice and consistently. I do appreciate all the new people that are joining up. If you could continue to help the channel grow, do subscribe up. And you know what? What I've been noticing a little bit, I follow a lot of Magic creators myself. And I try to watch a lot of their content. I try my best to comment on all of their videos, you know, helping out fellow creators, especially ones that are similarly sized to myself, small creators. But I've noticed that if I was a little bit busy last week, and because I was a little bit busy, I didn't have time to sit down and watch a lot of videos. And as a result, when I look at my recommendation stuff, I don't see the usual people. I'm just not getting anything recommended to me anymore just because I took a few days off. So I think hitting that little bell icon could help quite a bit. I need to start doing that myself on fellow creators. If you could do that for me, my videos are going to be coming out consistently 3 times a week. You can expect them, of course, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I think, is depending on time zones. But yeah, if you could do that. And then, of course, comment up. Interesting comment that we can go through today. What do you think should be banned? That's always fun for people. Do you just slam the United Battlefront? Or do you go out with the Simulacrum Synthesizer? I think you go just United Battlefront. You got it, you go for it. We don't hit overly well. Now the opponent is playing Unholy Annex over here, so we can expect some demons. The spring-loaded Saw Blade is going to be very good for the Repurposing Bay, but I think I'm just going to go out with the Authority to stop any kind of haste shenanigans. We have plenty of other 2 CMC artifacts that we can use with this Repurposing Bay. There's a very good chance that the opponent will have something that can destroy our Synthesizer. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but might be the case. Either way, I think if they inevitably defeat, kind of expected, that Simulacrum, next turn we're going to go out with a Vault, a Simulacrum, and then we're going to repurpose it into a 3rd Synthesizer. Ooh, hard word. There's, ooh, okay, well, it doesn't really matter what I leave on top because I am going to be shuffling it away when I do this. So we'll put this onto the field, and I think there's no way that they can get rid of multiple synthesizers in 1 turn. I think it's fine to go this way. And we do hit another United Battlefront, so the next turn looking pretty good. We do have a couple of options. We could just go out with the Repurposing Bay and then turn that Repurposing Bay into a Fire Crystal if they don't have anything. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Okay. Well, good game, opponent. Unfortunately, this deck, I think, has a kind of a hard time against the Synthesizer deck because their removal is not as efficient as it would need to be. they must know that they're cooked, right? Okay, opponent had a full hand of cards over there. Had to decide which thing to get rid of. We're going to get rid of this, of course. And this is the insanity of this deck. One of the reasons why maybe there's justification for banning some cards. And you know what, I'm going to talk about the cards I think might be banned in the next part. All right, so the deck functioned really well out the gate. Always nice to get a good first win with the deck. Then it can just kind of flop. This looks okay. Unfortunately, we don't have the turn 1 white source for the Authority of the Consuls, which will slow down things very much, because then it's very awkward for us to get this clay-fired bricks out. But I guess it depends on what the opponent is actually playing, whether or not I'm going to want to run out the Authority of the Consuls or not. We will leave the Verge on the top of the deck, and yeah, get up to 4 mana. You always want 4 mana for the United Battlefront, of course. Who doesn't want to do that? So if this deck does eat a ban, what cards do get banned? Of course, some people would be just like, get rid of the Synthesizer, but I think that would be outrageous. If they ban this card, it kills the entirety of this deck. They're not going to do that. Like, it's not that powerful to justify completely wiping out an entire deck. Since we hit our lands, do I really need to run out the Clayfire Brick to go get a Plains? I could. Additionally, they're playing blue, so like, am I really afraid of anything from the opponent? They're not going to have anything hasty. But we will gain quite a bit of life, and I think this Clayfire Bricks is not really doing anything for us right now. See if I regret that later. So yeah, I don't think Synthesizer eats a ban because it is too central to this deck. It is this deck's entire identity. So why would they go and just completely neuter this deck? Perilous Snare, no, it's a good card, but it's not a big card. Honestly, there's only... Oh, that's really, really bad for us. I mean, it's not such a big deal because we can just snare it, but it puts us behind 1 turn on the Synthesizer. The card that probably needs the most attention is the Repurposing Bay. The Repurposing Bay allowing you to use your deck as a toolbox to just reach in and pull out whatever card you need in whatever situation. Or if you're already ahead, you just go and you grab a whole bunch of Synthesizers. Just grab this. Oh, they take the snare. Okay, well, they're saving me a turn. Ooh. Yeah, so going and getting the Fire Crystal, way too powerful. Pinnacle Starcage, some other people might look at that and say, hey, we should get rid of that card too. But I don't think the Pinnacle Starcage, like, it's necessary. You need it in a format. We need to be able to get rid of these nasty threats from our opponents. So yeah, a Repurposing Bay is definitely one of the cards that I think needs the most attention. Ooh, we got a Kaito coming in. We do gain a little bit of life from this Authority, so that's going to help us sustain for a little while. And I think once we start getting Synthesizers or constructs on the field, probably we're not going to have too much trouble. I think the Fire Crystal could be, honestly, another contender for a card that they might want to remove. It is really obnoxious. And it allows for us to do a lot of insane things. At this point, do we just want to go, yeah, I think we just go Simulacrum, Synthesizer, 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 and just keep slamming face. So by the next turn, we should be in a position where we're going to be going in with such big constructs that they're not going to be able to keep up with the threats that we're throwing at them, even with this Kaito. Okay, so they just used a Shoot the Sheriff. Did they just not attack? What happened there? Okay, let's try this. Hopefully it goes through. They might have counter magic up, of course, here with the 2 open blue sources. But yeah, what do you think could eat a ban? I think it's definitely like Repurposing Bay. Oh, sorry, there is one more card. The United Battlefront. That's the other card that you kind of look to and think maybe that card could be problematic. But it is 4 mana. It's sorcery speed. It is a very fair card. I don't really think that they could justify hitting that card. I don't know, it is very powerful and it allows this deck to really pop off, but there is an element of luck to that card. You do kind of have to build around that card. I don't mind it. It's just the repurposing bay. That's the only card that really sticks out to me in this deck as being kind of annoying and obnoxious. The opponent may be thinking the same thing. How does my opponent have 3 Simulacrum Synthesizers on the top of their deck? Well, we scryed into them. To be fair, we didn't scry very deep. They were literally sitting there on the top of the deck. Also, let me know, I got a new light. I'm sure I look a little bit brighter in this. I did decide to upgrade my light. So we'll put the Pinnacle Star Cage down. We'll grab the United Battlefront, I suppose. I don't even know if I need the Star Cage. But yeah, we can just run out the Battlefront. We have 5/5s. We'll be able to attack in with those. And that'll be nice and fun. But yeah, how's the light? I gotta fix it. I see a little bit of glare coming in on my glasses. I just set it up last night and decided, okay, let's jump right into recording this morning. And I guess trial and error, I gotta figure out the positioning of the lights. But I wanna get good lighting in my area where I record so that I can have the green screen nice and illuminated. I can have my face good. The next thing I want to do is I want to try to remove myself a little bit better from the background, because I find that when I wear these, I always wear black shirts, kind of sink into the background when I'm editing the videos, and I kind of just look like this head that's floating there at times when it's especially dark in the client. Yeah, glad I had a lot of stuff to say, because our opponent has decided to leave us this game. They are completely done with this, which, to be fair, you can't really blame them for that. We'll try throwing out the United Battlefront. We'll see if they come back for it, but I have a feeling we're gonna get a scoop up here. Yep. So I don't know what you can really say about that one. That was game 2. The opponent playing Dimir, a very powerful deck, but man, in the face of so many synthesizers, what do you really do? You just AFK and be done with it. So I had to reconnect to the client at the end of that last game. Makes me kind of wonder, did my opponent really disconnect or rope, Alt F4, whatever you want to say, or did they also have connection problems? Was there some issue with the client and my poor opponent just disappeared? And yeah, I never got to see what ended up happening in that game. All right, the opponent is in fact on control, or it's possibly the mirror. I don't think it's going to be the mirror. Do I want to play? Yeah, let's put out the clay-fired bricks. That's fine. Go grab another planes, thin the deck ever so slightly, and get ready to fight through some counter magic. I don't, yeah, since the current synthesizer decks, I don't think are playing the Restless Anchorage. But you never know. Well, we got our opening for our synthesizer. And we get a Pinnacle Star Cage. Pinnacle Star Cage could be absolutely useless in this. Yeah, useless. Completely useless. Unless we're in the mirror. And in which case, they got a stock up on turn 3. So we got a little bit of a window here. So I think what you just jammed, the United Battlefront. Whoa! Wow! Wow! Whoa! Man, it's been a long... Oops! Yeah, whoops! It has been a long time since I've been on the receiving end of a whiffed collected company. I forgot how bad that feels. Oh God! Oh, I am completely dumbfounded right now. That was brutal. Okay, we're gonna keep thinning the deck, trying to get. I guess it shuffles all those cards that I put to the bottom of the deck back into it, but when that happens to you, I think your brain just kind of malfunctions and you kind of start seizing up. Okay, so we have a kind of like an interesting thing here. What I could do is Pinnacle Star Cage and then Perilous Snare my own Pinnacle Star Cage. Is that like insane? I'm gonna try it. This game put me into a weird place with the United Battlefront. So we'll see. They definitely have some counter magic open now. So now I'm wondering about this Perilous Snare. I don't. If they allow this Star Cage to go down, am I really gonna have the balls to throw out the snare, knowing that they most certainly have some way of dealing with it? Huh. Now I hit a Simulacrum though. That's cheeky. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out with the snare. Maybe they'll be like, oh, they're just taking an authority. It's not a big deal. No, they had the No More Lies. Okay. So they only maybe didn't hit the Pinnacle Star Cage because we had 3 open mana for it. Space-time anomaly. Ouch. Okay. Well, that might be the end of us. Another authority. Okay. So, Simulacrum number 2, they gain 3 life. If we find a repurposing bay and they don't have anything, it's possible that we could get back into this. Do you take the Cryogen Relic, or do you just... How much mana are we going to have? 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. So, yes, it's fine to keep it. We may as well go out with the Saw Blade, because it's going to just do a little bit more damage. We may as well go out with the Authority and hit them for 6. But I have a feeling we're probably going to get milled for the rest of our deck here. They might have another Space-Time Anomaly. They have a Pinnacle Star Cage of their own. Okay. That's fine. We need a big hit off of our Relic. But I always trust in the Relic. It's fine. Oh, please let us... Okay. They do have open mana. A lot of open mana. That's not good enough. I guess I do... Can I do this at sorcery speed? I can. But I do have open mana. I think I gotta wait, though. Yeah, we're gonna wait one more turn. Mill, how are you guys feeling about Mill these days? I've been running into a ton of Mill. I think in the, if I'm not misremembering, the mono red deck was the last one that I just put out, that video, and I'm pretty sure I ran into 3 opponents on Mill out of the 7. Okay. Is that warped, or is that just played in? No, that's warped in. Okay, well, we're going to crack this anyways. It doesn't matter. We had a target this time. Cool. We draw into a repurposing bay. Absolutely huge. We can repurposing bay our Pinnacle Star Cage. Go and grab the... yeah, we got to try it. They might have the counter magic for it. Oh, okay, it lands. We go and grab our Fire Crystal. And then just pray that this is going to be enough. That they don't have a way of board wiping. They might have a Day of Judgment that they've been holding on to. But I think getting the Fire Crystal onto the field now, while we still... Oh, they milled us. Is the Fire Crystal... Oh, I got so lucky. The Fire Crystal not being milled. Okay, we make a couple more. So it's up to them to be able to either mill us out completely at this point or to board wipe us. And I think if that's the case, then that's the case. We're down to 13 cards in deck. Next turn, we have a lot of things that we can do. We can, of course, crack the Cryogen Relic, draw another card, stock up. They're digging for another... Probably it's going to be a Star Cage. It's not going to be a Day of Judgment. Did they find it? What do you think? They always find it, right? A split up. Oh, a split up works. Okay. The thing is, though, we still have plenty of cards in our library. So as long as they don't wipe us, we're okay. A warped in Quantum Riddler. Look at us, 30 life and 31 life. How unusual that is, right? Okay, we'll draw one more card because we desperately need that. It's an authority. Wow. What happened what happened to this deck? We don't want another Cryogen Relic. Okay, put that onto the field. I'm not even sure that we have more cards that can... I guess I could look. But this is another fun way of looking. Yeah, draw. Fine. So we have a ton of cards. Wow, we're just not hitting them. Actually, our deck is kind of stacked right now. So we could grab the Perilous Snare, or I think you just grab this. Why not? Okay. So 2 Simulacrums hit. We get to scry. Perilous Snare. Yes, we don't want the Pinnacle Star Cage because that's going to wipe out the threats that we do have available to us. And then I put out a land already. There's no reason not to just throw out an authority. Throw out an authority. Go from there. This is not an artifact land, is it? No. I don't even know why I'm struggling in this one. I really feel like this game is absolutely done. The fact that they have 3 Authority of the Consuls is going to mean that our Fire Crystal is never really going to get us there. Another Look at this game. We got 7 cards in the library. Surely their plan is not mill. They would have had another mill card by this point, right? I guess all of their monuments could be on the bottom of their library. Okay. Throw out the snare. We go and we take one of the authorities, I suppose. The thing is, we need to put enough constructs on the field to kill them on an untap, because we can never get enough constructs on our turn. So we do kind of, I think this is kind of it, actually. I need to go grab one more, make 3 more constructs. We only have, if they wipe us and we go and grab the Star Cage, it's not such a big deal. Which makes me want to hold onto the Saw Blade. I'm going to hold onto it just because if I end up eating this Saw Blade, or eating my other 2 CMC one here with the Pinnacle Star Cage, then it puts me in a bad place. Sure. Maybe I should have put that land out. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the turn. They wipe us, or I think we win. Or they win, yeah. This is it. We got one more shot at it. We're not going to be able to make enough constructs. Well, it would have to be over 2 turns of combat damage. They go out with the Jellyfish. It comes in tapped. But they stun one of our constructs. Okay. They still have 4 mana open. What are they going to do with 4 mana, though? An Anti-Causal Vestige. But it's going to disappear. And what comes off of... Oh, wait. No, I was going to say, it's when it dies, right? When this leaves the battlefield, you may draw a card. So I could have killed it, but it wouldn't have mattered. Okay. So they do the thing. What are they putting out? If it's a Star Cage, I'm going to lose my mind. Don't be a Star Cage. Okay. So we got 48 damage. Is it enough damage, though? I have the spring-loaded Saw Blade. Let's throw this out now. What? I have 60 damage, right? I have 60 damage and I drew it. Yes! Oh my god, what an insane game. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have put this out. I'm gonna... Oh no, did I just give them more life? I don't have anything else that I can put on... no. So each construct is gonna negate the life gain that they gain. Almost. Not quite. Oh, wow. What an insane game, opponent. Oh, I could game you. Oh. I can't believe they didn't find the ability to mill us out. We were down to 4 cards in our deck. They had half of their deck seen absolutely insane one. I thought I was just playing this one out stupidly and that I should have scooped it up a whole long time ago, but fighting through the authorities and the split ups and the space-time anomaly, 4 stock ups. Did they cast 4 stock ups? Holy moly. So if anything, I guess that last game proves that you should never concede, never throw in the towel, because you can end up pulling out a victory. One thing that I haven't talked about in this deck is that it does mulligan quite well. We are only playing a single copy of the Fire Crystal. So if you have it in your opening hand and it's like a questionable hand like this is trash, it's a very easy mulligan. And then if you end up finding if you end up finding another Fire Crystal in your, you have to keep 6, you find another one in the 7, you just throw it on the bottom of your library. It's the best place for it to sit. Oh my god, thank goodness for this starting town. It maybe saved us. So now we can go island into Clayfire Bricks, and this Pinnacle Star Cage is going to do quite a bit of work for us. And then we get a turn for Battlefront against the Landfall deck, who is rocking some very cool Phyrexian forests. Mossborn Hydra, though, is a problem. In fact, I might now... Well, there's nothing I can really do. So I probably still need to Pinnacle Star Cage away this Bristly Bill, because putting +1/+1 counters on the Mossborn and then dropping, fetch land, escape tunnel or whatever it is. Hey, there it is, escape tunnel, called it. That would have been quite a bit of damage for us. So now the only hope that I have, well, I could just stun down the Hydra. Is that, I can YOLO, United Battlefront, hope to hit a snare. Am I dead? Not dead. 816 damage. I'm down to 1. So I would have been dead if we didn't Pinnacle Star Cage. But now the problem is I get killed by the Springbloom Druid. So we can we can tap down the Mossborn Hydra, but it's not good enough. So what this needs to hit is a snare and 2 snares. Okay, we hit a snare and not good enough, right? Just the Perilous Snare, and then the spring-loaded thing doesn't hit him. The Authority of the Consuls could, in theory, keep me alive. So I'm going to grab the Authority of the Consuls, and the Authority of the Consuls' only hope is that the opponent just doesn't swing and they put out a creature. Always give your opponent a chance to punt it away. Be greedy. Be greedy and put out a creature. You're on a quest. I know, Rosie, I know you're on a quest to play green cards. And I know you're so tempted to play out that Bristly Bill. Oh, Bristly Bill would be bad, though. Because if they put out a Bristly Bill and they had a land, they could put another +1/+1 counter on the Druid and still kill us. So we might still be in trouble. Rosie, I believe in you. Please give me one more turn. No. Rosie, what are you doing, Rosie? Okay, we're still in trouble here, though. But I'm not dead, amazingly. I feel like a villain right now. I'm not gonna give it to Rosie, though. We're gonna win this one. We have plans right now. Do I actually have a plan? I don't have a plan because I can tap down. I can only tap down one of them. So you play this out, you tap down the Dryad or the Hydra, but it's not going to be good enough. So yeah, we're still dead. It was kind of fun, though. Let's see what this draws. An Authority. Okay. So we need Rosie to mess up again. Okay, we hit a plane, so we can do a little bit more on the next turn if we make it. If they just don't swing out with the Springbloom Dryad. Okay. Oh, okay. They got me. All right, all right, all right. It was kind of fun, though. Okie dokie. So we lost that last one because of some weird connectivity issues. I kept getting disconnected. I think I might just dunk it and play it fast forward. Probably would have lost anyways, but still a little bit disappointing. What do you keep? What do you throw away, man? I want all these cards. Can I just pay for everything? So this gets our guaranteed third land. And then this probably gets us our guaranteed fourth land. I think it's probably fine to go this way. The game feels a little bit better now. I don't know what was going on with with the connection there. Whatever. Back into it. We're 3-2 right now. Probably going to play at least one extra game. Then again, the video is going long. Is Elboys RC also having connectivity issues today? Is this a thing, Wizards? Are you just crumpling? I know Hasbro's leaning on you quite hard these days. Is that what's happening here? You're too strained? There we go. And, ooh, we are against the rabbits. Not rabbits, we're against Lifelink. But they have a rabbit. So we're going to need to desperately find a Star Cage. That last game that I had the connectivity issues in, we had a wealth of Star Cages. Well, there's a repurposing base. So I think still, of course, it's going to be Synthesizer. Find a land. There's a land and a Star Cage. So this game should be nice and tidy. Hopefully they put out 1 or 2 more creatures. That would be absolutely fantastic. Then we can go Plains, United Battlefront, into the Star Cage, and hopefully one other thing. Okay, so we do take a little bit of damage. Ooh, that's nice. And no land drop? Okay. Well, this is the circumstance that you kind of hope for. Boom. And we grab you. Oh, no, not you. That. And probably the repurposing bay. Okay. Boom. And we make 2 5/5s. Pretty cool. Definitely a fair card. Healer's Hawk. So from this spot, what do? You just go out with another United Battlefront? Yeah, probably. Now I'm regretting the United Battlefront. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine. We were going greedy. We would have got the 2 drops, and then we could have started repurposing those 2 drops into 3 things. We were fine. Okay, game number 7. Hopefully it goes nice and smoothly like that last one. I want faster games, please. Ooh, we got the Fire Crystal making its way into our opening hand again. We don't like that. And nothing else. So, I mean, Clay Fire Bricks is good. It gets us to our guaranteed turn 4 Battlefront, and then we can Sawblade, but we don't have any starting towns. I think I want to throw this away. Call me crazy, but I think it's fine. We'll get rid of... You know what? I'm going to get rid of one of the repurposing bays, just in case this Meticulous Archive doesn't help us find what we need. But it does, so that's good. So next turn we can go out with the Verge and hold up a Sawblade. Hopefully they have an attacker that we can snipe. Otherwise, I think turn 3 we're going to be slamming the repurposing bay and then working towards, of course, a United Battlefront. Do they have a flash creature? It kind of feels like they might. No, it's a Cease. Oh my. Exile up to 2 cards and draw a card. Interesting from the... Man, look at the art on this card. Isn't that fantastic? Whew. So, they play out Jador. Is this Dimir Mill? That's what this deck is, right? When you see this card, you have to imagine that your opponent is on the Rupture plan. Singularity Rupture, the card that... I don't know how I feel about that card. So if that's the case, I think what I'm going to do is actually run out one of these Sawblades just to have it on the battlefield as a 2 CMC artifact that I can use to eat with my repurposing bay if my opponent gives me a chance. So they definitely are holding up some kind of counter magic, which is going to make me a little bit shy around putting out this Repurposing Bay. But now that I hit my 4th land, maybe I just play into it and expect the counterspell. Yeah, that's fine. If they have it, they have it. Oh my god, are we crashing again, Wizards? It's chugging again. Is it me? I don't think it's me. Then again, would you believe the stupid light that I bought has Wi-Fi? Why do our lights have to have Wi-Fi now, right? Like, control it with your phone. It has Wi-Fi capabilities. I guess that's kind of cool. It's a good light, of course, but is that really where we are? Oh my god, what is the opponent doing? Like, do I just go with the safe thing, Repurposing Bay into... Yeah, I think I go safe way. So we go and grab a guaranteed, hopefully guaranteed, Synthesizer. We get to scry a couple of cards on the top of our deck, one of which we are going to probably draw next turn. Do I want another land? Probably. 6 mana is a very good place to be, so let's draw the land. That's fine. And then I think I should have kept the island instead of the plains there. But what they're going to do is they're going to crack this. They're going to go up to potentially 6 mana on their next turn, which puts them into Rupture range. And they might just be trying to mill the whole entirety of our deck. Of course, that's what they're trying to do over here. They do play blue, though. I wonder what the blue is for. It's possible that I have misjudged the deck and they are, in fact, not mill. They could be a Reanimator deck that's kind of drawn a little bit suspiciously. But they're leaving mana up every single time. I guess I'm going to throw out the Sawblades again. They definitely have a counterspell, so they're just sitting there biding their time for something. I wonder if I have to craft with this or the other. This one's not the good one for crafting. I mean, I guess it's not too bad. Turn it into a 5/5 vehicle. But we want the one that makes gnomes. So this spring-loaded Sawblade actually does represent kind of a nasty thing for the opponent because we can use the Repurposing Bay to go grab a second Synthesizer and start putting out more synthesizers. What's... Okay, we're back into this game. Man, I don't know what's going on with the connectivity. So they played Sammy's Curiosity, which means, I don't know. What does that mean? But anyways, I'm kind of flustered because something's going on with the connectivity. I kind of feel like it's on Wizards' side, not my side. But I think in the end, what's going to happen, this is going to be the last game for this video. We're not going to get the full 7, which is fine. We're running super long, and it is what it is. I guess, okay. Yeah, I don't know, really weird. Something funky going on. Maybe you can corroborate this. Were you playing Magic at on Sunday morning, or no, I guess Saturday night? And were you having connectivity problems Saturday night? Man, the opponent, 2, 4, 6, 8 mana. I don't remember them having 8 mana. I guess they did crack 2, 3 Landers tokens now. So what are they doing with 8 mana? Hopefully these Perilous Snares are able to do some heavy lifting. There's the Riverturn Monument. Okay, so can they exhaust it? They can. Oh, good. So this gives us an opening to Perilous Snare it. Even if they have a way of countering the Perilous Snare, we can have a follow-up. Oh, they don't. Okay. So they are, in fact, playing Mill. This is what we expected the whole time. I know I put out the untapped land there instead of the Meticulous Archive, but my thought process there was that I wanted to have 3 mana to either pay for the No More Lies or to be able to follow it up with a Perilous Snare. In this case, though, if I go and grab a Fire Crystal, sacrificing... Oh. No, I do it this way, right? Yeah. I think this works. Maybe I might have just signed my own death, but I kind of want to get out of this game. So let's make 2 simulacrums. We give them back their River Churn Monument. And we have lethal. However, it's not clean lethal. They could have removal with this 1 open mana, the black mana that they have open. And if they do kill one of these simulacrums, then they probably kill us on the following turn. Let's see if it works. Did I get greedy? Please don't. No, it is a bitter triumph. Okay, so they remove a ton of damage and we hit them only for 21. But I don't think they have enough mana to really take full advantage of the River Churn Monument. We have still 40 cards in our library. The River Churn Monument is equal to the number of cards in graveyard, which is only 7 right now. So they need to do a lot with those last 2 cards. I want to get out of this game. I'm tired of connectivity problems. And what did they do? They evidenced and they want to get rid of United Battlefront. So they get rid of that, but we still have a Perilous Snare in hand. We also have the Repurposing Bay and an Enigma Crystal or Enigma Jewel, which is good or bad. It's kind of nothing. Okay. So if their last card is a counterspell for the Perilous Snare, we could be in a really awkward place. A really awkward place. I think it's fine to Meticulous Archive this turn. Okay. Nothing. Whew. Okay, mill. Good, good. I don't think they have anything that can stop these constructs, and we get in and we slam them down. All right. Well, this is going to be a really fun one to edit because of these weird disconnects, but at least we got the win there. I don't even know if I missed a whole turn. I was gone for quite a while. All right, so Jeskai Artifacts, still a pretty powerful deck. We lost 2 games, but the one game that we did lose was to the Mirror, and the other game we lost to was to Landfall, which was kind of a funky one where I think I kept a kind of questionable hand and it just didn't really work out. But they also had a very powerful Hydra to hit us for 16 very quickly on turn 4. So they had a good draw. They went first. It is what it is. You're going to lose games, of course. So after playing the deck for a little time now, do I think that the Jeskai Artifact deck is in need of a cutting down in power level? Honestly, I still don't know. The thing is, if you remove the Repurposing Bay, because that's probably the card that I believe is the one that's the heaviest target for a ban, you really take this deck down from an A tier deck all the way down to like a C tier deck. I feel like you lose so much power without the Repurposing Bay. And the deck is very constrained in its construction because of Repurposing Bay and United Battlefront. So that kind of adds a little bit of balance to the deck. People could be playing more artifact removal if they're encountering a lot of artifact decks. There are ways of dealing with it. So I think it's kind of it's a good deck. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a very powerful deck. It's an A tier deck, no doubt. But is it an unfair A tier deck? I don't think so. However, is it an unfun A tier deck? I think probably it is very feels bad. When you are playing a creature-oriented deck and you're getting hit with a United Battlefront Pinnacle Starcage combo, or you're getting Repurposing Bayed into Pinnacle Starcage, all of your little 1/1s and 2/1s, whatever, are getting wiped out, it feels really bad. So I think if Wizards wants to make Best of One a little bit healthier, probably they do need to take a little bit of action against this deck, which kind of sucks because I do enjoy playing the deck and I think it's a very neat deck and it's powerful and we need to have powerful decks. Yeah, it could probably be trimmed a little bit, even though I don't think it is necessary from a power perspective. I think it is appropriately strong. That's it for this one. Do let me know what your opinions are on the Jeskai artifact deck and whether or not you think it should just be outright removed from the game, or if you think it's in an okay place as a A-tier deck. That's it for this one. I hope you've had a great start to your weekend. You have a good week. I am on holiday, so I get to put out maybe a little bit more content this week. We'll see what I get up to. Then again, Final Fantasy Tactics has been taking up a lot of my time. So maybe that's not going to happen. Anyways, have yourself a good day, and sarange eginim. Bye-bye.